Ayan, email ni Serapika kay Sebastian. Ano yung sinabi? I was called to Malacanang yesterday and I was directed by the President to submit the draft sugar importation program ASAP. Hindi po sinabing sugar importation order. Okay, program lang, program. Nag-send daw ng briefer tungkol sa sugar import program. Hello everyone at welcome po sa ating channel. This is Coach Jarret. Huwag niyo rin po kalimutan na meron tayong Facebook page, Coach Jarret din yan. Paki-follow naman doon. Paki-ano na rin, paki-share na rin yung mga replays natin. Mag-shoutout muna tayo sa mga kaibigan natin sa Sendwave, mga kaibigan. Si Sendwave po ay isang online remittance service kung saan pwede po kayong magpadala sa inyong mga minamahal sa buhay. Ililink nyo lang yung bank account nyo dito sa Sendwave. Huwag kayong mag-alala, safe na safe ang inyong bank account. At pwede na po kayo magpadala sa inyong mga kamag-anak sa Pilipinas, sa GCash, sa mga pawn shop, sa Palawan, sa Cebuana, at sa mga bangko sa Pilipinas. Unfortunately, for now, this is only available in some countries. US, UK, Canada, Italy, France, Spain, and Ireland so far. So, ayun mga kaibigan. Yun lang po muna. For now, paano nyo po ito magamit? Kung kayo po ay naka-Apple, use your Apple App Store. Type nyo lang Sendwave. Sa Android naman, Google Play, download Sendwave. Sign up. And on your first padala, sa una nyo pong padala mga kaibigan, gamitin nyo po ang aking promo code Coach Jarret para magkaroon po kayo ng $10 na free credit. So, gamitin na po ito kung kayo po ay nasa US, UK, Italy, France, Spain, Ireland, and Italy. Yan. Gamitin nyo na po si Sendwave para makapagpadala sa inyong mga minamahal sa buhay. Hanggang ngayon, pinag-uusapan pa rin natin itong illegal sugar. Ano na to? Ang laking sabog nito, mga kaibigan. Kailan ba itong date na to? August 11 pa nga to. Medyo late pa to si Sunstar Manila. Pakita ko sa inyo. Ayan, si Sunstar Manila to. Issuance of sugar importation order number 4 is illegal. Illegal po mga kaibigan. Ito, medyo late pa to. August 11. Pero actually, lumabas yung order August 8 or August 9. Medyo na late to si Sunstar Manila. So mga kaibigan, it's been a while at hanggang ngayon ay pinag-uusapan pa rin to. Pero kanina, nagkaroon na po ng hearing sa Blue Ribbon. Ayan. Blue Ribbon Committee kanina. Merong parte, actually yung parte ni Senator Migs, yung kinuha ko. Bakit? Kasi, syempre si Senator Migs nakatira yan sa Bukidnon. At alam niya yung takbo ng asukal. So kung meron man siguro sa mga senador na talagang alam yung nangyayari pagdating sa asukal, si Senator Migs yun. Kaya siya yung kinuha ko dito na video. Ayan, email ni Serapika kay Sebastian. Ano yung sinabi? I was called to Malacanang yesterday and I was directed by the President to submit the draft sugar importation program ASAP. Hindi po sinabing sugar importation order. Okay, program lang, program. Nag-send daw ng briefer tungkol sa sugar import program. Malamang sa malamang, ito rin po yung ipinadala niya. Kasi August 5 din yung date. Memo for the President. Ayan, August 5. Okay. Dahil daw sumisipa, pataas ang mga presyo ng bilihin, presyo ng asukal, kailangan daw urgent, napaka-importante daw na dapat ay umorder tayo ng 300,000 metric tons ng asukal. Imported raw sugar no later than October 15. Raw sugar November 30. Imported refined sugar November 30. Tapos, nire-recommenda rin daw na ang mag-i-import ay ang PITC. Diba na-mention na sa atin ni PBBM na pinag-iisipan niya na kung pwede ang PITC na lamang ang mag-import ng mga asukal? Baka ito na yon yung pinag-usapan nila. So baka ito na yung resulta nun. Ayan. The latter can be authorized to import 100,000 metric tons equivalent of 2 million 2 million bags for households to address controversially high retail prices. Ibig sabihin, mga kaibigan, nung nag-email si Serapika, ay meron na agad nagawa na program. Alam ba may consultation ka? Mamaya maririnig nyo ito lahat doon sa sinabi ni Mig Zubiri. Pinapakita ko lang sa inyo agad para spoiler, joke. Akala ko ba may consultation na naganap? Well, eto na, panoorin na natin.
Senate President.
Mayang hapon,
Wala
sir.
pang question, sir.
Mayang hapon.
Mayang hapon, sir. Sir, let's just go on the legality first of, before we discuss SO number 3, let's go on SO number 4. Let us establish first SO number 4. Who drafted Sugar Order number 4?
I drafted Sugar Order number 4.
You
Mr. Chair.
personally drafted Sugar Order number 4.
Me and my staff.
Did you consult with the management of SRA, particularly your deputy administrators on regulation, administration, etc., on SO number 4?
On SO number 4, Mr. Chair, I did not consult them. In the past,
Yes, but isn't that
any board member, Mr. Chair, can craft a sugar order. There is no rule that only the regulations department can endorse a sugar order.
No,
In the past,
in Sugar Order number 3, you had routed this to the department, your deputy administrators. Is that correct?
that's correct.
And the process is that the deputy administrators, after routing, will recommend it to the Sugar Regulatory Board.
That's correct.
That's correct. In this case, you did not do that. You drafted it yourself, and you had the members of the board sign without the knowledge of the deputy administrators because they already are under oath and they gave a testimony earlier.
That's correct.
That's correct. Don't you think this is highly out of order?
In this case, since it was a directive to craft an importation plan, we did not want to let anybody know until such time it will
Huli.
reach
No,
the office of the president.
why did you not want anybody to know? Because
Exactly.
this is a very important matter. You do not import, Your Honor, with due respect, such a large amount of sugar without consulting the industries involved together with the stakeholders.
Now-
You just said it now. You do not want anyone to know. What is the secrecy of such a transaction, Your Honor? And we'd like to put this on record that it has not been done. The practice is that you consult your colleagues in the Sugar Regulatory Administration. Okay, I will show you, I will point you the slides. Can everybody show the slides of the apprehension of the BOC? Maybe just remind the good SR administrator, maybe replay the pictures of the toneladang punong mga bodega. Hundreds of thousands of metric tons in bodegas not being utilized. Where here, I'm showing it now on screen, Your Honor, Mr. Administrator, for you to see.
Refined sugar yan, no?
That's not, hindi bola yan. That is all sugar. Punong-punong bodega. You can't even walk anymore. Of sugar. Coca-Cola, look at that. That is sugar that's supposed to go to you. What were they doing in these container vans? Wasn't that the job of the SRA? To release that sugar for the consumption of the industrial users, and if there's a lack of household consumers, can be reclassified under the instruction of the board. So, obviously, you did not put this in consideration because your initial response, Your Honors, of the SRA, there was no sugar until I came out with this internal memo from the SRA that there is exactly, to be exact, 126,000 metric tons as of August 12. There was 126,000 metric tons. And we were looking for it. The answer of the SRA at the time of the leadership is, wala, hindi namin alam yan, kung saan yan. The executive secretary, inutos niya yung BOC na yun, inutos niya yung ISAP, inutos niya yung PNP, hanapin ito. Ayan na po. Nahanap na po. Oh, ano po yan? Is that hoarding? Sinong may kasalanan yan? Bakit hindi nyo pinalabas yan? It's just as simple as that. Because the president is being embarrassed because of the high prices of sugar. The SRA says, there is no sugar. We cannot find any sugar. Here are the bodegas full of sugar. Coca-Cola, these poor guys are no longer selling Coke because they cannot find sugar. There's the sugar right there. Why is it being hoarded? Why is it not being released to the public? Why is it being kept under lock and key? That is my point. And that is only sugar order number 3. What protection do we have with sugar order number 4? You bring in 300,000 metric tons, ganun din ang mangyayari doon. Hindi nyo ilalabas. Tataas ang presyo, benta sa publiko. At ang kawawa ang consumer. And of course, since it will flood the market, ang kawawa dyan ang ating mga magsasaka. So, let us go back to SO number 4.
Tapos.
My question, Your Honors, and I already established, Your Honor, that hindi siya nakipag-konsulta sa kanyang deputy administrators. He admitted on record today that he kept it a secret so that they can speed up the release of the document. Now, is it true that under SO number 4, you have the sole authority to reclassify from B to C? You, because in previous SOs, sugar orders, it was the board. Under SO number 4, to just let the gentleman know, what is the reclassification? Very important yan. Pagpasok ng imported sugar, Your Honors, please listen to this very important note. It comes in as C sugar that is reserved. Hindi po magalaw yan. The board now will decide to make it B, which is domestic, para mailabas yan. The power is vested on the board, okay? Including the secretary or whatever, the acting secretary, the president. But now, under this very document, it was designated to the administrator himself, Your Honor. Now, is that a correct assumption that under SO number 4, you have the sole power and authority to reclassify the sugar?
If the board would authorize me, Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Ba't may
It is
ganung
written
provision?
In
Yes.
the SO4, it is clearly written.
Ba't may ganun?
Let's not mess up the documents. Under number 8.1, Your Honor, for the immediate availability of the sugar in the market, the SRA board delegates the administrator the authority to reclassify imported sea sugar to B. But you know, Your Honors, they're already given a delegated authority. They cannot delegate that authority to you. It's a delegated authority to them. So, this is not present in SO number 3.
In this case, Mr. Chair, this would expedite the availability of sugar for the local market.
Yes. But isn't that a very powerful position to take?
You are not the board.
Oh, one person
You are
alone?
just the mere executor of the board's decision. You arrogated upon yourself the powers of the board.
That would have been up to the board if they would have commented on that particular provision on the draft SO, Mr. Chair.
It should
Ito
not
na
have
eh,
been there
Your
in the
Honor,
first place.
Signed by everybody.
So meaning they did not object to the idea of the draft sugar
It should
order,
not have been there in the
Yeah,
first
but
place.
The,
There is
board
a-
has to clarify this because it's a very important and powerful position to be able to be a sole authority in reclassifying sugar. There's a price difference in all of this, huh? And it's a very powerful position because then all the traders will go to you and pa-reclassify sila kung anong gusto nilang ipa-reclassify. Isang tao lamang, hindi na po yung board ang magdidesisyon nito. Okay, I just want to put that on record. Let us not argue. I want to put on record that in the previous sugar orders, wala ito. Itong sugar order number 4, na unang-una, sikretong pagkagawa, pangalawa, iisa lamang ang magbibigay po ng binigay kapangyarihan para mag-reclassify ng asukal from reserve to domestic use. Very, very important function and of the board was actually given to him. Now, delegated to him. In sugar order number 3, there was a performance bond given to the importers. In sugar order number 4, there was none. Tinanggal nyo ang performance bond, which is supposed to be one of the mechanisms that will protect from unscrupulous importation. Kasi, correct me if I'm wrong, if they import, I think the performance bond was 500 pesos per bag. Pag nag-import yan para sa industrial user, hindi dumating sa industrial user, di tanggal yung, na-confiscate yung bond na yon. In this case, Sugar order number 4 has no performance bond. Why is that so, Administrator?
To lessen additional cost for the consumers because retail prices are already very high, Mr.
No,
Chair.
but the performance bond, Your Honor, is returned, di ba? It is
Right.
returned to the importer.
It's a bond.
It's a bond. Once it's imported, distributed, for example, Coca-Cola, 100,000 is supposed to, let's say, just to give an example, 100,000 metric tons going to go to Coca-Cola. The importer of that 100,000 metric tons will pay the performance bond to SRA. Once it delivers to Coca-Cola, you return the performance bond. So what cost is that to the consumer?
Correct.
But that is a protection on your part that they will not pole vault the sugar, which is what's happening now. They're pole vaulting the sugar.
Under existing rules, Mr. Chair, on the monitoring and inspection of SRA, it's not only the performance bond that the regulations department is
It's not the
looking
question.
at, even the movements and everything on these issues,
Yes,
Mr.
but Your
Chair.
Honor, I just showed you. You didn't even know. All the pictures that I
Even though I
showed you.
didn't take my hand.
Maybe ask
Can
to
you
mute.
unmute?
Can we mute first all the other
Somebody's
players?
trying to
Yes.
butt in.
It is so clear as day that even the SRA head does not know about all the sugar that's being stocked up there. So, it would have been better that we would err on the side of caution in terms of government a bond or a government protection whatsoever, so that way may makuha naman tayo, may punishment sila pag hindi nila na-deliver sa desired demand or desired recipients, Your Honor.
In this case, Mr. Chair, the intent was to lessen the additional cost for the consumers because retail prices are already very high. If you will recall, Mr. Chair,
My point is, there is a standard bond given to importers of sugar under the previous SO sugar order. Ngayon po tinanggalan yan. That means those who are maybe not so large importers, maybe smaller importers na walang kapital na ipagbigay ng bond, pwede silang makipasok. Unlike the bigger importers that have a track record that already delivered to Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola, RC-Cola, and all of them are just one of the players of many. That can happen because there's no longer a performance bond. Diba? Oh, isn't that disadvantageous to the government? That's supposed to be I'm just laying out all the I guess the anomalies that we see in sugar order number 4. Now, it is on record. I just want to put on record again the haste. Allergic kami dito sa mga mabibilis na transactions. PSDBM, under the last Congress, found out that there were documents that were given same day, 2 days after, approved by the BAC immediately. And these are on record under this committee. August 4, they had a meeting in Malacanang to come up with an import plan. Import plan lang ito. Tama po, hindi nila sinabi, mag-import kayo. Ang sabi nila, come up with a plan. Just correct me, yes or no? It's an import plan. Unless you tell me otherwise, that they told you to import this much. Was it just an import plan?
yes, to submit as soon as possible an import plan.
Okay. August 4. August 5, nag-email ka na ng draft SO4, import program kay Yusek Sebastian, 1 day after that. Is that correct? Because these are records.
That's correct.
That's correct. So 1 day, import plan pa lang yan. Don't you think the import plan should detail meeting with stakeholders, all the farmers groups, and end users? But I just want to put on record how quick this was done. August 4, import plan. Hindi naman sinasabi na mag-import kayo, magplano lang kung gaano karami. August 5, meron ka ng planong importation order na binigay kay Secretary Sebastian. August 6 and 7 was a weekend. August 8, pina-approve mo through a referendum with the members of the board. Is that correct? August 8.
I asked guidance from Undersecretary Sebastian on August 8 in the morning on how to move forward, seeing the urgency on the matter.
Okay. August 9, Your Honors, I just want to put this on record. Tapos na ang board resolution for SO4. 4 na araw. 4 na araw for such an important document. for importation. Don't you think that is highly irregular? It is not common. How long did it take for SO3 to come out?
It was quick, Mr. Chair.
As quick as this?
It,
Now,
it was even quicker than this because of the urgency.
SO3?
Yes.
Yes, and that's why you had 2 RTC cases. Because
Template.
the stakeholders did not know anything about it. And the regional trial courts, and yet you continued with your importation.
Mr. Chair, if I may, there was also consultation. If I remember way back January 20, 2022.
Yes,
We
well-
do not do all these things, Mr. Chair, without consultation.
But again,
Because-
Your Honor, Mr. Chairman, I would like to put the groups that went to see the president had said that they were not consulted on this SO number 4. How can you have done the consultation? August 4 kayo nag-meeting. August 5, dinaft nyo na. Oh, how did you consult within that day? Your
They-
Honor.
They submitted documents, written documents, Your Honor.
My last point is, SO4 for me is highly irregular. As already mentioned by Malacanang, it is illegal. Unfortunately, there is malfeasance, misfeasance, usurpation of authority. I think it is in the realm within the realm of this committee to make the necessary, of course, determination of this. And again, moving forward, I hope and pray that the SRA will do it differently next time. That with due respect to you, Administrator, looking and finishing my statement, I saw the list there, I saw the numbers. You're saying up to November, we need to come up with an importation for November. I beg to disagree because Negros is already harvesting now. You are from Leyte. You're from Leyte. I'm from Negros and Bukidnon. I know for a fact Victorias is already harvesting. La Carlota and several other sugar mills have already started. They're claiming that by end of September, October, there is already sugar in the bodegas to be distributed all over. They're refuting your claim that there will be no sugar until November. So, Your Honors, that is very important that there should be a mechanism that the stakeholders are involved when it comes to importation. Yan po ang pangako namin, pangako ko po yan. This was my promise in the campaign. Alam po ni Senator Estrada yan. We were together on stage together with Senator Padilla. And in Uniteam, uunahin namin, protektahan ang ating sariling mga magsasaka. Ubusin natin ang kanilang produkto bago tayo mag-import sa labas. Yun po.
Mga kaibigan, ako, para sa akin lang naman, kasi weirdo kasi ako mag-isip paminsan-minsan. Yung bond, yung performance bond, kasi yun yung may pera. Yun yung may pera. Ang sinabi ni Serafica is this: kaya raw wala yung performance bond sa SO number 4 na illegal ay para mapababa ang cost ng asukal sa merkado. Sige. Granted that is true. Sabihin na natin yun ang motibo o ang intensyon ng pagpapatanggal ng performance bond sa SO number 4. Pero wait, tulad nga na in-explain dito ni Senator Zubiri, buti nga may binring up niya to kasi fishy sa akin to Bakit ipinapasa ng mga gumagamit ng asukal, ng sugar traders, yung cost ng sugar bond sa kanilang mga consumers? Question mark sa akin yun. Kasi mga kaibigan, eto nga, kung pagbabasihan ko in-explain ni Senator Zubiri, kung ibinabalik yung pera na ibinibigay kay SRA bilang performance bond, dapat hindi ipinapasa ng sugar traders yung cost ng sugar bond sa kanilang mga customer. Kasi binabalik So, hindi siya cost. So, kung may performance bond, tas ibinabalik yun, ang sabi kasi ni Senator Zubiri, kapag na-deliver mo yung asukal sa dapat mong pag-deliveran, ibinabalik yung pera. Okay. Sige. Granted. So, bakit pinapasa yung cost? Kaya sa akin, mga kaibigan, nung narinig ko yung performance bond na yun, sabi ko, wait, parang ang laking issue ng performance bond na yun. Kasi yung kung paano sinabi ni Serafica, yung pagkakasalita niya doon, yung pagkakasagot niya sa tanong, parang gusto niyang palabasin, ginagawa namin to para mabawasan yung cost ng asukal para bumaba ang presyo sa merkado. Okay, kaya ro tinanggal yung performance bond. Kaya nga napatanong ngayon to si Senator Subiri. Binabalik niyo yung performance bond, di ba? Bakit kailangan ko pang ipasa? Ibabalik naman sa akin yung pera ni SRA. So unless, it's just one of two things. China-charge ko kasi hindi bumabalik sa akin yung bond, number one, or pag bumabalik sa akin yung bond, bawas na. Baka merong nagdadala ng pera na tapilok, nabawasan ng mga tatlo, 5 lapad. Maliit lang yun, 30,000 lang yun. 3 lapad, 30,000 lang yun. Di ba? Pero baka mas marami pa sa 3 lapad o 5 lapad, di ba? Diyos ko, ano ba ito nangyayari na to? Okay, bye everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!